Hello, my chicklets. Thank you for tuning in. Today we will be reading Day 4 of our May of Flowers event, Peonies, Compassion. As always, information will be in the description. A chill ran through the night and Patton shivered. It should have been a beautiful night. The sky was clear and the stars were bright. A night like this should have made him extremely happy, and yet he let out a sad and pathetic howl. Patton huddled in the dirt around him, curling his tail closer so that he could take up less space. He had lost his pack. They told him to wait here, but that was a day ago. His stomach growled, and in the back of his mind he could hear a voice telling him they wouldn't be back. They couldn't have left him intentionally, though. He was just a pup. Letting out another whimper, he heard a sound in the trees. Sounds were terrifying when he was all alone. Each one could mean danger, and he hadn't grown into his fangs or claws yet. Patton slowly crawled backwards, trying to hide up against a tree. "It'll go away, it'll go away," he thought to himself. "It'll go away." He repeated the same ritual from last night, hoping the noise would indeed go away. But it didn't. The sound got closer and closer, and Patton couldn't help but let out a whimper. He knew he should be quiet, but he was so scared. "There you are," a voice quietly hissed above him. He couldn't move. He should play dead. Maybe then the predator would leave him. Things that sounded human were dangerous. Patton couldn't resist his natural curiosity, though. He looked up into a pair of vivid eyes, one deep brown like the earth that protected them, and another gold like the rays of the sun. Below the eyes was a set of two very sharp fangs, and his panic took over. He was going to die. He was going to die. The person, snake, Patton had never seen someone with a snake tail before, was going to kill him. If he wasn't so scared, he might have been curious, but he didn't want to die yet. Another whimper broke out of his lips, his tail falling limp and his ears pressed back. "Where's your pack, little one? A pup is easy prey alone at night." He was going to get eaten, and he wouldn't even be a full meal. Maybe his pack would come back for him. They would save him. He had to hope that they would. His hope was fading fast. "I do not smell any other wolves in the area. Are you alone?" Patton didn't answer, but it seemed the creature didn't need an answer. "No matter. I'll just take you with me." The long tail wrapped around him, lifting him up, and Patton tried to get away, struggling to get out of the grip that should have been stronger if it was trying to kill him. "Calm." The voice was soft and gentle, but the hiss still terrified him. "I won't hurt you, little one. Killing a defenseless pup is too cruel, even for me." It wasn't working. Trying to fight his way out wasn't doing anything, so Patton went limp, whimpering weakly as he was carried through the forest. "It's all right, little one. It's all right." The voice was soft and should have been soothing, but it did little for Patton's frayed nerves. He couldn't even shift to slip out of the hold. He didn't have control over his powers yet, so the moon always turned him into a wolf. The creature said he wasn't going to kill Patton, but what if he was lying? He curled into himself as tightly as he could, watching as he was carried away towards a cave off in the distance. Maybe the snake was just waiting until he was more hungry. Patton whimpered again, and there was another set of soothing words before he started being rocked back and forth. He couldn't fight it as he began to relax a little. The feeling was soothing. Still, he fought the urge to fall asleep around a stranger, but he didn't remember getting to the cave. When he woke up next, he was lying on a bed of soft blankets. It was rather large, and Patton finally felt rested. His mind was fuzzily putting things back together. It wasn't until he remembered the snake person that he sat up in his little cocoon. He was also back into his human form, which meant it was daytime. Where was the snake? If he wasn't here, then escape might be possible. As his mind was going through all of that, his stomach rumbled, and Patton could swear the scent of cooked meat was in the air. He sniffed, and sure enough it was. Cautiously he followed the scent, his mouth already watering. Cooked meat was a rare delicacy since they didn't need it to be cooked. "Ah, little pup, I see you are awake. You surprised me this morning when I saw a human instead of a wolf pup, but it does make things easier. Can you speak?" The snake was awake and cooking food. He stood between Patton and the thing he was so desperately wanted. Maybe if he answered he could get a bit of food. Yes, he said softly. "Come, good, eat. I'm sure you are hungry, and we can talk over food." He didn't have to be told twice as he scrambled over to get some of the meat, taking his share before backing away from the snake. "My name is Janice, and I am a Naga. Do you know what that is?" Patton shook his head. "Of course not." He waved his hand. "We can fix that later. You're a werewolf, but can I get your name?" Patton? "Well, Patton. Welcome to my home. I would like to take you in and protect you." Patton rocked a little bit on his feet. "Why?" "Compassion, little one. It is a rare occurrence for me, but I can't very well let a child in need die alone in the forest. Speaking of the forest, I've sewn a skirt for you to wear in your human form." "Why?" Janice sighed, and Patton wondered what he had done wrong, hoping that his ignorance wouldn't get him eaten. "Because I have an elf acquaintance, and he is very particular about modesty. If he saw me with an unclothed human child, I would never hear the end of it." Patton nodded slowly, finishing up the meat he had been given and looking longingly at the extra still on the fire. "You can have more if you want." "Really?" "Of course. You are mine to protect now. That does mean making sure you are well fed." Patton smiled excitedly as he went to get more meat, which Janice helped him get. Maybe the snake wasn't so scary after all. Thank you again. That was Peonies, Compassion, part of our Mayflowers series. I appreciate you all listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.